Hello, and we are live. Hello, everyone. Let's see who's going to come in. Hello. Good evening. Happy Friday. I know it's Friday, but we can still do personal development on a Friday. Let's see. Where's that not black later on, early on? And here I go with blonde. What can I tell you? This is like perfect. That's how I feel in this moment. And that's what we're going to do. Hello. Let's see who's going to come on. Hello on Facebook. Hello on Facebook. Hello on LinkedIn. Hello on YouTube. Hello. Welcome to my 3-day live stream extravaganza. Today is the last day, and we are going to talk about personal development. Remember how important personal development is. It's extremely important. If you are live, say hello. #Unbreakable. #live. If you are watching the replay, say hello too, and just do a hashtag replay and #Unbreakable so I can come back and say hello to you. If you have any questions, you can also leave questions here. I always come back, and me and my team will check to make sure that we are taking care of you, giving you the warm welcome. I want to give it a few minutes for those who will be connecting in just a few minutes. Invite your friends, tag your friends, let your friends know that we are live and we are here to do some amazing work today. I can hear it and I can see it well. Hello, everyone. Let me see. Let me give it a few minutes here to give people a chance to come in and do what we got to do here. Hello. Today, I was at the Hartford Club. We were bringing some of the things that we are going to be decorating with. My event planner was there as well, my assistant, and we have brought a lot of the things that are going to be there. We go back on Tuesday to bring the final stuff there. It's going to be just an amazing event. And there's a lot of surprises, a lot of things. You're going to be surprised as well as I am. Other things I have a lot of control over. Some other things I give control to my event coordinator and also my assistant so they can do the creative stuff and they can feel free to do that stuff. Hello. Share this video with your friends. Today we are going to be speaking about resiliency. What is the mindset that we need to develop in order to be resilient? The first day we talked about how to find our inner strength, right? Yesterday, we talked about how to overcome adversity. And today we need to talk about the mindset. And the truth is that mindset is absolutely everything. Everything is about how you think, how you perceive things, how you feel about things, how you process situations, your values, right? Your ideas, the things that you have learned along the way. Our mindsets are shaped by our experiences and things that happen to us. And we have to be willing and able to build a mindset that is going to help us get through the adversity, the crisis, the situations in our lives that are really hard for us. So let's start. Today we are going to talk about the mindset that we need to have to build resiliency. And we already gave a little recap of what we talked about the day before and yesterday. Also, I want to introduce myself for those that may be new to me, to the channel, to my social medias and everything else. My name is Soribel Martinez. I am the bestseller of the book Unbreakable. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist in the state of Connecticut. I am also the CEO of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services. I am a business coach, business strategist, and consultant to other mental health providers that are in private practice, that are either starting the private practice or they're growing the private practice, and they want to generate massive impact in their communities, but they also want to generate 7-figure and more inside of the private practice, right? So they can also live this lifestyle that they desire, so they can take care of their family, and they can provide opportunities to other people. I help them do that by using my 8 pillars of business success to help them structure a very solid business that is scalable and profitable. That's very important. And for me, doing that means that I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not tired, and I'm not burned out, because we're not going to be doing this work so then we are feeling like we can't take care of ourselves. That is not my motto. That's not my strategy. I'm a person that I have very strong self-care practices. I sleep well. I take care of myself. Well, I could be going to the gym more, but since I started writing my books, I haven't gotten up early enough to go to the gym. So maybe I need to start doing that and working on that. But I do take care of myself. I take time for sleep. I take time to read. I take time to develop myself, to do things that I love doing. So it's not all about work or just about work. We have to excuse me, I'm sorry. We need to have a balance. We need to have a balance where we are able to do the work that we love to do, but also we need to be able to care for ourselves. That is extremely important. Right. Okay. So let's start. We're going to talk about the mindset that we need to acquire in order to be resilient in the time of adversity, crises in our lives. We already know that the way that we perceive the world, the way that we perceive ourselves, the world around us, and the experiences, it has everything to do with our mindset. It has everything to do with what we learned as a child, what were the values that were instilled in us, what were the ideas, what were the views, the world views of things, and how we perceive them. And that's extremely important when it comes to personal development. We have to be aware of what it is, the mindset that we are viewing the world through, right? Because if we have experienced very negative things in our life, you better be sure that we are going to see, we are going to process, we are going to evaluate things through the eye of trauma, through the eye of fear, through the eye of difficulties. We don't trust people, things like that. So that really impacts the way that we look at the world and the way that we interact with others. So when it comes to resiliency, we need to have a mindset that will help us navigate through challenging time and bouncing back from setbacks. Remember that I'm always telling you that I have a process called the bounce back from the dirty share. And this process, I designed it for myself to help myself bounce back quicker from setbacks, from adversity, from challenges in my life. Because here's the thing, the worst thing that we want to do in life is that we get stuck. We get stuck, and when we get stuck, we are not able to fulfill our purpose. We are not able to do the work that God has designed for us. So we have to make sure that we're not allowing the adversities and the setback, the challenges, to keep us comfortable, to keep us in one place, and we are not able to bounce back from these situations, right? So one of the things that we have to do is we have to develop a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is a mindset where you are able to develop yourself and improve your mind and the way you see things, the way you think, over time. It provides us growth. That's why it's called the growth mindset. We want to get an opportunity to embrace challenges. And a lot of times what I see from my clients is like they can't embrace the challenges. They get really, really negative, and they have the mindset that everything that's happening is happening to them. It's happening to them. It's bad. And they view situations as failure. And sometimes they don't get the opportunity to understand that challenges and situations in life are there to teach us something, right? They're there to teach us lessons. And what I find to be truth is that when we do not take an opportunity to see the learning experiences that adversity give us, what happens is that unfortunately we get stuck. And we look at things as failure, and then we begin feeling depressed, anxious, worried, concerned. We feel unfulfilled. We don't like anyone. We isolate. We are feeling defeated. So when you have a growth mindset, it's the opposite. You see the challenges and the setbacks as opportunities to learn. You see your failures as an opportunity to get feedback. Well, that's not working. What else can I do that could work for me? That relationship is not working for me. I either work on the relationship and make it better, or I move forward. What about that business that you are working at? Is that the business that you're supposed to be working on? Is that the services you're supposed to be providing? Is that what you were called to do, right? You need to be able to see these things from a perspective of growth, from a perspective of change and transformation, not from a perspective of negatives and just sitting in the chair of negativity. Now, that doesn't mean that you suppress your feelings. You always want to acknowledge your feelings. You always want to honor your feelings. You always want to give yourself the opportunity to honor your grief, your loss, your difficulties, whatever it may be. You want to honor those feelings, but you don't want to be sitting on your feelings, feeding the monster, right? Because the more you pay attention to that, the more it's going to expand, right? It's going to expand, and the more they expand, the bigger they get. It's like making bread, right? When you put that stuff in there, that's going to make it big. And it's going to make it expand, right? It's like that. If you have a problem and all you're doing is sitting there and thinking about negative things day in and day out, you're feeding the monster, and it's going to get bigger. And the more you feed that, the worse you're going to feel, the worse you're going to feel, and the worse you're going to feel. So that is one of the things we have to do. We have to develop a growth mindset. Oh, how nice. We need to develop a growth mindset. I'm still having my little, thingy here. Sorry about that. The second thing that's really important for us, especially for women, is adopting a self-care practice. In my book, Unbreakable, I talk about developing an unbreakable self-care practice plan. Why? Because a lot of things like I said before in my other videos, and I always teach, is that we love to stay in the back. We love to just like take care of everyone else and forget about ourselves. We love to do for others and make others feel good, but we're never giving ourselves the time to take care of us. And when I talk about self-care, I'm not just talking about your hygiene, right? Because now everybody want to talk about health, self-care, and it's all about just doing your nails and doing your hair. That's stuff that you should be doing. It's part of your everyday, grooming and taking care of you. When I talk about self-care, I'm talking about sleeping well, right? Journaling, doing your emotional work, developing a spiritual practice, taking care of yourself and your emotions. If you're having difficulties in your relationships, getting the help that you need, right? Going to therapy, having a coach, having a journal, reading those books that are going to help you feel better, managing your stress, right? With mindfulness, using deep breathing, meditation. I love tapping. I love tapping. Tapping is called emotional freedom technique. It allows you to release all of that anxiety, all of that stress that you may be feeling. Maybe going to a yoga class, going to a Zumba class, going to the gym, going out with your girlfriends, going out for a walk, going hiking, right? Going for a long drive and just feel the breeze, get to you. When I drive my convertible, I love it because when I drive my convertible, what I do is I feel that breeze and I feel that the crisp of the breeze in the evening or early in the morning, right? When it's not too hot, it's just perfect. And being connected to nature, that makes me feel connected. That makes me feel good. So having a self-care practice is really important. And in my book, I'm not just teaching you about that and the benefits of that, but I also give you a self-care practice plan that you can design for yourself. And I give you an example of how you can build and create that self-care plan so you can feel more connected to self, to you. So all the areas, right? We have to work in all the areas. We have to work in the spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, family, career, right? Finances, all the areas. Your self-care is important. So if you have a plan, it's easier to implement. When you implement something, it's easier to do it and create and develop as habits that are healthy and that are going to help you become more successful in your life and your business. The next thing that I think that we need to do in order to have a healthy resilience mindset is cultivating a strong support systems. But not just any kind of support systems. We're talking about support that's going to really support you. You know, those friends that when you need them, they're never there. Or that family member that when you need them, they're never there. That's not the kind of support that you need. And I always tell people, and people may think that this is like not okay. But honestly, to me, if you don't have the support, buy the support. I'm not talking about buying people, but buying your support means if you need to get a trainer at the gym, go get a trainer at the gym. If you need a therapist, go invest in a therapist. If you need a coach, a life coach, go hire a life coach. If you need a business coach, a strategist, go get one. Did you need to belong to a network group? Belong to that. Make sure that the support system that you're developing is really there to support you and that you are willing and available to be coached and to be supported. A lot of times we don't feel comfortable being supported, and what ends up happening is that we want to do everything ourselves anyways. Or we end up supporting the person because we don't feel comfortable being supported, right? The last thing, the fourth thing is focus on solution instead of the problem. Something that I have found in my life that has helped me when I've gone through a sense of adversity, setback, situation, problem, crisis, is that the quicker you focus on solution, the quicker you can get out of the problem. The fastest you can find yourself identifying solutions or possible solutions is the faster that you are going to be able to work on the problem, solve the problem, and feel better about the problem. But sometimes we want to complain, 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 complain. This is not good. This is bad. This is terrible. Da 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 da. But we never say, let me think about. Let me sit down with my journal. Let me meditate. Let me say a prayer. Let me call a friend that she's really good at problem solving. Developing problem solving skills is very important. Because if you are a person that instead of looking at the good in things, you're always looking at the bad, you're always going to find something bad, even in the good, right? Because your mindset is always set on the negative stuff. But if you are a person that look at your problems with the eye of how can I fix this, then you get quicker results. The longer you sit on the dirty chair, the worse it is for you. So you can decide if you want to fix it quickly or if you want to take forever. For me, I want to work on things as quick as possible so I can deal with the results as soon as possible. And that doesn't mean that you don't acknowledge your feelings and you don't give your feelings the honor that they deserve. But that means that you have an understanding that you have to make sure that you pay attention, that you are problem solving instead of focusing in on just the bad things and the problems, and you can move out of there. That's really important. Also, in the middle of your adversity, when we do SWOT analysis, we always looking for opportunities. What are some of the opportunities that are here? What are some of the solutions, right? What are some of the doors that could be opened through this? What are the alternate plans? If something doesn't go well, what are the opportunities that I can embrace? And releasing the control of everything. A lot of times we want to have control of everything, right? We want to control. And what happens is that we don't have control of everything. There are certain things that we will never have control of. We're never going to have full control of everything. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. You absolutely need to make sure that you can release control. And releasing control and surrendering to God and something bigger than you doesn't mean that you don't look for a solution. That doesn't mean that you give up. That means that you understand that you are not in control of everything and that you are willing and available to see things from a different perspective. The last thing that I want to say is embrace change and uncertainty. Change is good. And a lot of times when adversity comes to our life, it does that to check us off because we are too comfortable, right? The nature of man is to get comfortable when you're doing well, right? And one of the things that I feel that is important is being flexible. Being able to look at the options and deciding based on what is going on in your life or what are the choices and what the choices are best, what choices are best for you. Be flexible and learn and have the willingness to learn new things in life. You know, like I learned so many new things since I was diagnosed with brain aneurysms, right? I learned about people. I learned about myself. I learned a lot about the world. I learned about, you know, who is the person that's there for you. Also, I have learned to, with change and transformation, that who are your true friends? Because I was always want to believe that your true friends are when you are in a bad situation, when you are not doing well, when things are not going well and they're around you, those are the good friends. But I have also learned something in my life that a lot of times the same friends, when you are doing better, they feel uncomfortable. They feel triggered. They feel bad around you. They don't want to be around because they're triggered. Because when you were bad, you needed them and they felt good because you needed them. When you no longer supposedly need them at a certain level, then they feel like they can't be there anymore. I don't know if that might make sense. So make sure that you view the challenges and you approach the challenges from a positive perspective and attitude. That doesn't mean that you don't get to feel your feelings. That doesn't mean that you don't get to feel human and understand that something good is not happening in your life. That means that you see things for what they are, and then once you see them for what they are, then you need to move forward and you need to go find the solutions. Now, I did this three-day live stream extravaganza because I wanted to share with you about these different concepts that are really, if you use them and you put them into practice, they can help you create the life and the business that you truly desire. Because these are practices that we need to have in order for us to grow. And growth requires us to get out of our comfort zone and learn new skills and strategies and tools so we can build a strong foundation. A lot of the time, our foundation is not strong. A lot of the time, our foundation is weak. It's not good. Why? Because we are focused on the wrong things. We are giving life to the wrong things. So today, I want to leave you with some homework. I'm going to leave you with some homework. And this is from chapter 9 of my book. I'm going to go to chapter 10. I'm going to go to chapter 10. And one thing that I want you to do is to go into your journal, and I want you to ask yourself, what do I need to learn to advance towards my goals? I want you to identify what is it that you need to learn. And a lot of times that require us to analyze and identify our knowledge gaps. What is it that we need to develop? What is it that we need to work on so we can get to that next level? And also, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I'm afraid of? I want you to go into your journal, ask yourself those 3 things, and then I want you to ask yourself, how would I like to feel instead if I knew what my knowledge gaps were? How would I feel if I knew what skill sets I needed to learn in order to move my goals forward? How would I want to feel if I knew exactly what I wanted, right? How would I be thinking if I had the answer to these things? How would I be behaving if I knew the gaps of my knowledge, and also I knew exactly what I needed to learn so I can move forward in my goals? And then what are the results that I want to create if I have the right mindset? Because it's your mindset that is either going to move you forward or it's going to stop you here. So I have an invitation for you. I want you to go to book.soribelmartinez.com. And I want you to go and order a copy of my book Unbreakable, and order my book Unbreakable, and also order the companion workbook. You can buy them separately, but you can also buy them as a bundle. And why it's important, and I'm recommending that you get this, is because it will help you. It will help you really work on your mindset. It will help you grow the way that you think, the way that you see things, the way that you process information. Because what it is that you can never build something new with your old tools. Apparently today is I don't know, everything is falling. Sorry. Everything is falling. So we can never build something new with the old. We need to get the new tools, and we need to get the new strategies so we can get new results. The results are available to all of us. The thing is that we have to decide that that's what we want to do. We want to decide that we want to improve the way that we think and see things around us. And then once we identify those things, we begin to put something in place. And we begin to implement some of the tools and strategies that I'm teaching you through the book and through the journal. This is the book, and this is the journal. We are sold out with the book launch. It's done. Over 75 people are going to come together on the 27th. And we are going to have an amazing, amazing times. You guys are going to be able to see the videos and see the backstage stuff. And you guys are going to be able to see a lot. And hopefully, you know, you are going to be in the room. And if you're not going to be in the room, well, hopefully next year when I do Unbreakable again, you are able to be in the room and also give yourself the gift of self-development. So I will talk to you soon. Adios. Besitos, besitos. Ciao.